So as you can see from the title of this video, it's about the Southeast BDR, which I have recently completed. I'm back from it already. As you can see, the old Africa Twin's a little banged up here. Crash bars, missing a blinker and stuff. It was an exciting trip for sure. And I usually don't film my rides, as you all know. I just usually review products. But I felt like this would be really beneficial to film it and kind of squash it down. I say short form, right? Even though it's like a 2+ hour video here. But of course, this whole trip took 6 days total. But I wanted to kind of squash it down and do each segment right there. So if you're about to ride it, you can kind of use it and kind of look at which section you're on. Be like, okay, here's a little snippet. This is what I should expect for each section, you know? And I talked through some of them. We got some music going through, but heck, you can just mute the whole thing if you want and play music if you want right there. But I wanted it to be able to, again, help you out. So instead of making one video here, one video there, and just a total of 10 videos per section or 6 videos per day, I figured let me squash it down to the good stuff, even though it's 2 hours, and then I'll have timestamps down below so you can cycle through whatever you want to see. I hope this video is beneficial. I hope it helps you out one way or another, or at least I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you on our next adventure. Enjoy. Oh my gosh. It has been a long time since I've been down here. That is gorgeous. It is 1:26 in the afternoon. And again, we just pretty much crossed that Navarro Bridge, got a bite to eat, filled up our packs and everything, got everything set and rolling, and we are on the route. I honestly have no idea whenever we hit dirt. I mean, there's a few videos out on the Southeast BDR, and I might have glanced at a couple of them. I did go to the premiere. I did watch that, but as far as watching someone actually do the route, I didn't watch that. You all know me, I kind of like the unknown, right? The unexpected, kind of surprise, keep the adventure in there, right? So my first time, I just kind of like going at it a little bit blind. So anyways, my point is I have no idea when we're gonna hit dirt. As far as when it comes up on this map, it looks like it was up after we come across this bend, but I'm not sure. I think we do have a little bit of road before we get to anything a little bit spicy, which is more than likely going to be Florida sand. And yes, it is a little sandy. Okay, there goes that little dance, little Florida sand dance. Make sure I'm going the right way here. It's like this once was a road and now it's just chewed up. Like people live through here too. Interesting. Yeah, it seems like it was once paved. Oh, we're starting to get pretty tight right here. Okay, wow. Throw you right into it. Okay. Oh, sneak attack you with the sand. That's the trick here in Florida. The sand will definitely take control of you and tell you exactly where you're gonna go. Yeah, this is getting nice now. Ooh, I like this stuff that's again makes you think about where you gotta go. Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna try to go around this one. There we go. There we go. Little muddy. Oh, look at these balls. Look at these rocks right here. Like, yo, where's this stuff coming from? This is coming out of nowhere. We go from like road to back roads to little sand, and man, this is getting juicy now. This is the good stuff here. This is the good stuff, and a lot of mud holes to dodge. Oh, okay. This is rinse my bike off here and my boots. Hopefully that rinsed me off a little bit. Oh, it did. Nice. Perfect. Oh, never mind. back to muddy. Well, there goes that free wash. Woo! Bike sideways. Holy moly. That bike went sideways there. Gotta watch out, especially with the DCT here. You come out of those and you kind of just gun back on that throttle and that back tire. Maybe I should put a little traction control on to tame myself down. I might do that actually. Give myself a notch of traction control. Oh dear, we got another mud crossing. Did you see how deep he went down? Oh, that was great. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so we don't want to, I wonder if I stay to the right. Oh, there ain't no staying to the right. Just take it nice and easy. Woo! Those are pretty deep. Deep and slick. Oh, and down in them, the tricky thing is in them, there's tracks. So you got someone else's tracks down in there that you get locked into. Whew. All right, well, day one, I'm a little muddy and wet here, so we might have to do some laundry. Yeah, these can be deceiving. Okay, he must have gunned right through them up there. Maybe let's just follow his tracks. I don't know where his tracks really go. Yeah, I like that route. Oh, he's going the other way. Okay. Nice. So we have gotten back into the sand. Like it's just off and on with this sand. Back there we had some super deep sand. Actually had one of our guys go down in it back there on the big BMW. So I mean it was pretty darn washy. If you don't have some speed going through it, you're pretty much bound to go down or sit there and fight it and just wear yourself out. So it's almost like just gun it, right? Glide on top of it. Don't go too slow or it's going to be a job. But it's off and on. It's just compact like this, and then really, really deep sand. But the good thing is the deep sand's not like, it's not constant. Like it doesn't go for a super long time. It's like, okay, you got a little sand in this turn, a little sand in that straightaway, and it's off and on. It's not like constant sand, so that's a good thing. So if you're doing it, don't think like, oh shoot, I don't want to do it because there's so much sand. It's not like that by any means. So the dust has found me, as you can see here. I am starting to taste it. It was actually pretty cool. Back a little whiles back there, we actually came across another rider. He was actually riding solo. It was on the KTM 500, I think, something like that. But he was riding it solo. But he was just going to Alabama. I'm not too sure where in Alabama. But he wasn't doing the whole thing all the way to Virginia. But it's really cool, again, seeing a route like this, you know, starting down south or ending down south, whichever way you're coming from. And again, just coming across riders like that on these routes. It's just really cool to see, again, the sport being spread, right? Just seeing other riders out there. It's just really cool. But this dust is not really cool. Check out that old bridge. That's cool. Look at that. It just goes from there, and you can see over there. That is pretty cool. So we have just reached Evergreen, Alabama, which is the end of section 1. And this is actually where we're stopping for the first day, which if you start like day 1 in Navarre, you'll probably be able to do section 1 and section 2. But since we had to do 3 hours of highway before we even got to Navarre, we did that and then section 1. So we're going to try to find a hotel, which is pretty good timing because it's 5 o'clock right now. Try to find a hotel here in Evergreen. I don't think they have much, maybe 2 hotels if I remember correctly whenever I looked. And then find something to eat, which I believe they got a pizza shack, which that's probably where I'll eat, because you all know I don't do the meat, don't eat the meat. So go find me a nice veggie pizza or something. But that's good, because I need to clean this dust. Like, oh my gosh, it is just everywhere. So trust me, like I said before, try to stay in front. Try to be the one in the front, because man, that dust, whew, it's a handful. I almost wish it was raining a little bit to kind of keep it down. That's really, really just that soft, grainy dust. But section 1, I think, was a nice break-in. Nothing technical. Couple mud pits you gotta maneuver around. Some soft sand, deep soft sand. But nothing above and beyond, right? It's not like you're in the mountains of, you know, Tennessee or anything like that. So, or North Alabama. So I call section 1 the break-in. It's going to really just kind of gradually get you into it, which is really good. I like that, actually, because like, okay, day 1, I'm a little gassed right now. You're kind of broken in for the following day, for day 2, when things are definitely probably going to get a little bit spicier. So far, so good. So here we go on day 2. As you see, our bikes are incredibly muddy. Today we plan on doing sections 2 and 3. We're going to pick up one other guy that ended up camping last night. We found another guy that was on the trail, which is super cool. That's the cool thing about this, finding other people out here and riding with you and everything. But today is pretty much 390 miles of probably all off-roading. So let's see how it goes. Currently 8:30. 46 degrees, and I tell you what, since it's not 30 degrees, 46 degrees feels pretty darn warm today. So definitely appreciating that. Sun's coming out already, and gosh, just glad to be back on the bike. And it's got us on again those back roads. We haven't hit dirt yet, but at least we're not on any highways, just these back roads. So and it looks like it's going to get a little more technical off on section 3. It is, and there's also an alternate, one of the little red routes, which is supposed to be, I don't know, a little more technical, a little harder. I'm not too sure. Some of us will be doing that today, and some of us are not doing that. I will be doing that, and, you know, I like the little dicey stuff that you kind of got to pick your lines. I think that stuff's pretty fun, rather than, again, just banging a straight road. I'd rather go slow and technical than just fast and straight, you know. That's just my personal opinion. But again, it's waking up after that long ride. You're kind of, you feel it a little bit, right? You're like, all right, I'm feeling a few aches and pains, right? You're a little sore, but man, it's just great to get on the bike and know that you're still going, that you got a whole lot more ahead of you. That's what's really cool about again, these long rides, big ADV bikes going for the long haul and just duking it out, you know. It's really fun having that mindset of, okay, I'm going to do this again tomorrow, the next day, the next day, and the next day, and so on, you know. It's really fun experience. Y'all definitely have to go on some longer rides, and this is why I always love big ADV bikes. And here we are, right onto the dirt. You see, we get some more elevation here, even though we're getting a little more into northern Alabama. I mean, it's not like crazy elevation like we're going to see in Tennessee and such, but again, you got some ups and downs here rather than the flatness of Florida. So that's pretty nice to see. You're seeing the transition of each little bit as you go. And like I mentioned before in section 1, that's what I think it's going to be like. It's going to be like section 1. We'll start off as kind of like get your feet wet, right? You start on the coast, you start by the water, you get your feet wet, you get loosened up, and then it just gets a little tougher as you go in little increments, which is really good. I think it's really good to get people all acclimated. Oh, here's our other guy. This must be where he camped. Check this place out. It says Anderson Stage Stop. I'm gonna have to go read that sign. I don't know if you can see inside the building here. Let's see. Oh geez, there's a bird in there. I don't know if that's a turkey or what. Oh, this must have been the front. Yeah, you can't really see in anywhere. That stinks. Oh, let's see inside. Oh, man. That's pretty cool, though. Jeez, just seeing all that. Look at that, how they cut them out. That's cool. Let's see what this sign says here. Anderson Stage Stop. Hopefully you guys can see that in the camera. Too. I love these little wooden bridges going across these streams. So cool. Oh, we got some water right here. Which route do we go? Oh, this is just a little bit on top. It's cut across. Yeah, I was wondering this. We've been seeing a lot of water back where we were as well. So I don't know if it just floods back here or what. I mean, there's that little stream. But again, as you can see, right here, there's just water all throughout this. Kind of interesting. I don't think they got rain. But I like this stuff when it starts getting a little choppy like this. This is my kind of stuff I like. Of course, this is what you get up in more northern Alabama and Tennessee and such. Woo, stuff like this where you got to pick your lines. I like that. Rather than just gunning a straightaway, you know? Both are fun, but if I had to pick one, I like maybe going a little bit slower and picking my lines. That's what I enjoy. But this is pretty nice. There's not a little mixture. It's just so funny because it just keeps going into exactly what I said previously. Is it just gradually builds you up. You know, it gradually gets more technical. Not hard by any means, but whoop, see that? That's what you got to watch out for. The cars riding in the middle or side-by-sides. So try your best to keep right when you can. And hopefully everyone else is as well. I tell you what, when you get up into the Tennessee area, there'll be bikers. And that's what you got to watch out for, is more people on their bikes. Oh, yeah. Getting whacked by all these trees here because I'm trying to stay right. So it's like whack, 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 whack. I'm trying my best to stay right. I don't know the side-by-side to come and catch me here, you know? Yeah, see, look at that. There's another one, too. Oh, let me slow down here. Oh, he's stopping. Nice, nice. Yeah, soft sand again. I try to gun it through it. Last thing you want to do is go slow through the sand. You're just bound to not have a good time. Whether it be difficult or you go down and you start going slow in that sand. So, I mean, you're not going to go too fast, but I like to kind of pull back and lean back and just go. But this road's fun. Section 3 is starting good for sure. This road obviously looks a little less traveled. You see with the pine straw and the pine cones down, so that's nice. Got too many vehicles coming down. And also the good thing about the roads less traveled, it might be a little bit more technical goodies as well. And I always like that. Where am I going here? Straight, that says this way. Oh, looks like we're going back down it now. Okay, here we go. All right. Nice. Ooh, yeah. That's fun. Okay. That's really fun. Let me slow down a little bit here because there ain't going to be no braking on this. Ooh, that's a rut. Let me get out of that rut real quick. There we go. Yeah, there ain't going to be no braking going downhill on that. I learned my lesson that in the mountains of Georgia when I got in my wreck downhill on loose gravel. Take it slow. That's probably the one thing that still gives me a little bit of the heaves. Okay, that's gonna whack me. Oh, and it threw me into the rut. No. Oh, now I'm over here on the left side because these branches are hanging out here. And those are just getting ruddier and ruddier. And the leaves are soft. Okay, I think I'm good now. Whew. Had those branches peeking out the right side. So you really couldn't do anything. Oh, I'm going to go slow. I don't want to get muddy again. Right back there with those little divvies. That's what you got to watch out for on a DCT. And it almost happened to me right there. Is the bike you can get going on those on the little I don't know what you call them, whatever, the little hills constantly bouncing in and out. And on a DCT, it's just nature of the game, right? Physics. You're gonna lean back. Like you go over one, you got some speed, goes up, and you lean back. Well, you got to make sure you don't pull back on that throttle. Now, I've learned the hard way about that quite a while ago. I mean, this is probably my third DCT bike, but still, even though I'm experienced and I understand the DCT, I'm not perfect at it by any means, but again, I understand it. It could get you in trouble like that if you just treat it like a regular bike out here and just go at it. You know, you almost got to kind of get used to having a loose right hand on that throttle so you don't pull it back. It can get pretty scary sometimes because it almost feels like it's like with DCT automatic, right? It's all or nothing. You don't got that kill switch. You don't got that clutch. So they can take some getting used to it. Again, it still clinches me up from time to time. But I do love DCT. I really do. I'll take DCT all day long. And I'll take this route all day long as well. I love, ooh, that log came up and bounced up and whacked my foot right there. Whew. Glad I got these nice chunky boots. Liat 4.5s, I believe. I have no idea, but they're solid. Oh, shnikes, come on. No. I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, it looks like some other people have as well. Let me make sure everybody else, let me make sure they can get by. I know there was one behind me. Let me make sure he can get it. Yeah, he's got the right idea. A lot of it's been like this, and then the occasional kind of washy out type stuff, which is actually really fun, that I showed you before. But you can see it's now 5 p.m. Still on section 3. We got a decent chunk. If I look over here, so far today, we've done 224 miles, and I believe total, if I'm not mistaken, because we did section 2 and 3. And if I'm not mistaken, it's like 290 or 270. Which way do I go? Hold on. I think I go this way. Okay, there we go. Anyways, I think it's 270 for the complete 2 and 3. And then we are going to veer off up here. I got to keep an eye on the map because it should be coming up here a little bit of ways as far as, okay, that little split. There's so many splits coming up here. But anyways, we are going to do the little veer off. I don't know if you call it a hard section or what, but it's red and supposed to be a little more technical. I don't know. Maybe it's consistent technical rather than, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, and then flat stuff. So that'd be pretty fun. And the cool thing about that section is it's really close to the town we're going to stop in. I can't even pronounce that town. I'm not sure how you say it in Alabama. And the section 3, but that's where we're going to be finding a hotel for the night. So it's kind of like, yeah, let's beat ourselves up, wear ourselves down, even though we've been riding all day, but bang it out with a hard section at the end, just to like totally wipe us out, you know, get a bite to eat and then go to bed. But anyways, I was just doing a quick check-in here, and then once we get to that hard section, then I'll press record and we'll see if it's worthwhile. All right, so here we are coming off of section 3, and we are going to veer off to the alternate route here, this little red route, and then we get to that last town, which are pretty close. Or of course you can continue going on that road right there, but alternate route, red, a little more spicy. That sounds fun. Of course, cameras don't ever give it true justice, but I did put a camera down there by my wheel, so I don't know. Hopefully that'll do. If anything gets nice and spicy, that'll kind of show it a little more. Well, look at this. We already got a nice little rock climb here. But nothing too spicy. The sun is probably the spiciest thing. Like, holy moly. I mean, it is just reflecting off my visor and the pin lock, and then my glasses. Can't see squat diddly. But I'm kind of curious if this alternate route is tough. One of my buddies that is riding with us, he said he's ridden it before when he did the Alabama adventure route, and he said it was pretty tough. So I don't know, they call it the hard section. I don't know. Kind of curious to see. Maybe once we get into it and get into the mountain, will it get a little more tough? But obviously right now it's the exact same as what we've been riding. Hold on, I gotta turn around. My camera fell off. Yeah, well, son of a gun. My ball mount, because what I did, I didn't bring my clamp, which I should have, because I could have just clamped it to the bars. What I did is just put it into that right there, which I guess with all of this weight was probably a bad idea. I should have brought my clamp, and I did not bring my clamp. But we're still going to go do it, and you'll still have this camera. That really stinks. I was hoping to get you guys a different view. Definitely for the other days. I might have to stop by, I don't know, Best Buy or Walmart or something like that and see if they sell GoPro or DJI or Insta360, whatever. little clamp arms. That's a stinger. But anyways, the other guys are in front of me, so let's get going. As I'm filming myself. This is weird. All right, so I'm not too sure if the GoPro's still working. I pressed record. It looks like it is. I am covered head to toe in mud. I went head first into that. I want to let you guys know, oh, I broke my blinker as well. It's when I went on that edge right there. I knew I shouldn't have. My buddy with his dual sport went by, much smaller bike. I should have just went straight through. I hit the tree and then went in. But I wanted to let you know, everything else throughout that little detour, nothing's technical. Definitely do it. But if you're on a big bike, don't take the little brims right there. Just go through the puddles. None of them are too bad, you know what I mean? I think you'll be just fine. You always get in trouble when you're on a big bike and you follow what the little bikes do. So, lesson learned. But now I need to find a car wash where I can spray down my bike and myself, because I don't think they'll let me in the hotel looking like this. I mean, I am just caked. I'm okay. Nothing happened to me. I mean, I am, again, it's all up inside my helmet, in my mouth, it's in my nose. I am completely covered with mud. If one of the guys took a picture, I'll post it up for you guys. But, hey, that's part of the adventure, right? We are doing section 4 and some of section 5. I don't think we're going to finish the whole thing of section 5. We're getting a late start. As you see, it's 9:40 already. So we're either going to stop in Rome, Georgia, or Duluth. Hopefully in Duluth, Georgia. Got a nice hotel picked out, nice places to eat right there. So that is the goal. But coming up on this section, there's another detour to a little hard detour. And one of my buddies ridden it before on his dual sport, and he said it is quite technical. This is the one he was talking about with the big boulders and such. So of course I'm going to be doing it, right? I got to test it out and see. You all know, I love picking my lines, right? So I love something a little spicy, even on, again, a 550-pound bike, a heavy bike, right? But I do got my bike all buttoned up, my blinker, got some Gorilla Tape, good as new. Look at that, solid. It's almost better than the stock one there. But other than that, my other fog light fell off, which I kind of expected. It's the hardware that comes with those. That hardware really sucks. So I'll have to get something better for those. But other than that, not bad. A little scuff on the windshield, but it's an adventure bike, right? You're going to drop it, not just in your yard or, riding down some grass lane. You're going to go on adventure rides, and it's going to happen. It's expected, right? So, I'm used to it. And again, I expect it. So that's why, again, and I know the harder sections, they put a beating on you and your bike, and you got more potentials, but I don't know. For me, that's the fun stuff. And
I gotta try it. You know, I think it sounds really fun, something a little bit more technical, and I'll record it whenever we go to it to see if it is actually technical. And hopefully, you guys can actually hear me because my helmet was all muddy yesterday and everything. So I had to take everything out, redo my microphone, buy a new mount because that broke. So again, hopefully you guys can hear me perfectly fine, and we have a good ride today as well. All right, so here we are on the alternate route. I forgot to press recording, but I didn't do much of it yet. You can see just a little leg if you can see on the map there. Sorry, I can't look down because there is some technical just bobbing and weaving. So far, nothing crazy. It's just like bigger rocks down there. What this reminds me of is like what we'll experience in Tennessee. I'm not sure on this BDR if we'll experience that, but a Smoky 500 or the Georgia BDRX, you have a lot of stuff like this where there's just bigger boulders out there, so you can't just like book it down the road. You kind of got to watch where the big rocks are and stuff, you know. So, nothing crazy by any means yet, but of course, we just started it, so I'll keep on recording. Probably won't talk as much, just want to focus. But I'll record so you guys can see it as well, and hopefully the camera gives it justice, because this is a lot rockier than before. It's just nothing crazy just yet. Oh, we got a Jeep crew up here. Hopefully they let us by, because they go down these trails kind of slow. Yeah, I'm not going to try to squeeze like them. Maybe. Let's see. There we go. Ah, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. They probably, I don't know what they think of us bikers. Some of them are usually pretty nice, but some of them are like, meh, you know what I mean? But I mean, they go pretty slow through this stuff, so. Hopefully most of them are cool with it. Share the road, you know? I bet this is pretty fun on a Jeep, actually. A little bit of flexing, nothing too crazy. Oh, I do not want to get soaked. I had my fair share of mud already. Right? I don't need any more of that. No, thank you. Man, this section's fun so far, though. I'm loving this. I don't know how far deep we are in yet. I haven't looked at the map. Mud on the helmet. Don't really got time to look at the map. Kind of focused in, and that's what I like. I like the roads that make you really stay focused and locked in, and you know, just watching. I'm gonna take take it nice and slow past the mud puddles now and find me a good line, because that's what got me in trouble yesterday. Beaming past it and get whacked by that tree. So lesson learned, right? Live and learn. Live and learn. Keep riding the same stuff over and over, you get kind of stale. And then you gotta push yourself, right? Push yourself more and more. That, at least me, that's what I like doing. And I just love pushing it to the limits, whether it be the bike, my body. Not the limits where it's unbearable, but again, it's okay, I never did this, let me try this now, you know what I mean? Oh, that's what I like doing. With anything, not even just bike riding. With anything, but especially ADV riding. Getting out there, trying something new and different. Bug in my face. Don't want to try that. Let's try to get that out of there. Okay. Hopefully we got that out of there. Now, like I mentioned yesterday, this is the one thing that still gives me the heaves from my accident, is downhills with loose gravel. Now, this is more downhills with, I don't know, bigger rocks sticking out of the ground. But when you get to that deep, loose gravel stuff, that's what gives me the heaves, because again, you kind of got to coordinate your power and speed with your stops. Man, just going down that little ridge right there, the ABS, I felt my front, because I don't have ABS off. I honestly don't know how to turn front ABS off on the Africa Twin. I think I gotta go into the menu. I'm not sure. Can you turn it? I think you can. I don't know. My rear ABS is off-road. But anyways, I felt the front start biting for the ABS, and I was still rolling. So that was kind of interesting. Maybe I need to find, like when I do stuff like this, find a way to totally disable it. Because again, when I was coming off that little ledge back there, not sure how well the camera showed it, my front brake was just barking at me. Oh, that, whew. I think we all just got a face plant to the windshield right there, huh? Did y'all get a taste of that? I sure did. Yes, indeed, I did. So we're definitely encountering some vehicles up here. And on top of it, even when you're passing them, you gotta still pick your line as you're passing them. So they're pulling over, so really cool, really nice folks. But you got the boulders sticking out, so even when you're passing them, you got boulders on the side. So shoot, let me get on the side here, let me pick my line, you know. This is fun though. This is real fun. Do not pass Section 4 detour up. Do not pass it up. This is real fun. that hurt. Hit my hip. I'm okay though. Ooh. I just hit my hip a little bit, but I'm okay. Let's get back up here. Stretch that out. Let's stretch that out, huh? Whew. Ooh. That hurts. I saw that rut right there too. I knew it was going to happen. I feel fine other than my hip. Oh, emergency brake. Oh, dang, I fixed my blinker. Will this stand up? Nice. Let's get a kickstand. My fixed blinker is now officially broken. That's it. All right. Let me tuck that in there. Okay. Oh, I saw that dang rut too. And once I slipped into it, oh, that was it. Whew. There was no getting out of it. How's the bike? Little plastic pop out. Little sand. Crash bars doing their job. I'm just gonna walk it out of this thing because this is a doozy of a rut. I need to get on this side. Yeah, that's better. It's really soft. The thing that happened right there, while I was trying to get out of it, it was super soft gravel, and then the rut. I just want to get out of the soft gravel. You know, I'll take the rocks and everything over that soft gravel all day long. That's all this is here. Ooh, I hate soft gravel. It's almost as bad as sand. You know? Hotel tonight, better have a hot tub. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a hot tub on that hip. Yes, ma'am, I am. I hate the soft gravel. Oh yes, I do. was alternate section number 2 for this whole Southeast BDR, or the first alternate section on section 4. That's a lot of sections, probably confusing. But that one was fun. Definitely a little more spicy, definitely a little more technical. As you see, my broken turn signal is now officially broken, as it was just held on with tape before, so I feel like my bars might be a little crooked. I'm not too sure. But that is a tough little section, but I advise you to do it. It's really fun. You don't want to miss out on that for sure. That was a blast. Really fun. Definitely a little spicy, so take your time and ride your ride. Don't just try to keep up, you know, and watch out for the ruts and the soft gravel, because it's a combination of everything. And now we are trying to catch up with the other group. Not trying, like we're not out here racing, trying to catch them, but they're just a pinch ahead of us, so we should probably be catching up to them soon here shortly. We looked at them on the Garmin Tread app, and they weren't too far ahead of us. Not sure exactly where. Probably stop and meet up for lunch or something. But then we'll get the whole group back together and continue on this section. Check out this view up here. Hopefully you guys can see it outside of the camera, because I'm not going to take my eyes off the road here. Maybe real quick. Boom! Ooh, it's gorgeous. Just coming around these turns and just presented with that view one after another. Whew! Look at that. Gorge. Dang, this is like we're on that other route again. That was the thing about that more technical route. Oh, there we go. That's a good shot right there. It's just consistent. Over here, it's just a little bit here, a little bit there. Definitely getting up in the mountains here. This is nice. Again, once you get up to North Alabama, cresting into Georgia, that's right when you start hitting them mountains and getting into good stuff. Florida was all that flat sand. Up here, you get that good. I like it up here. Yes, indeed. There we go. That's cool. More riders. That's like 10 riders we've seen today. That is cool. I knew a lot more would be out on the weekend. We'll probably get into more and more riders up into Georgia and Tennessee. I'm not sure if we're in Georgia yet. I don't think so. You know, I really like this about the route. So you're kind of coming through some, you know, good off-roading, elevation, gravel. You're kind of clenching, right? It's keeping you kind of tense and tight, you know, on your toes a bit, which is really fun. But then you got like these wind down sections in between, like this. These, again, back roads. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Like, even though you're not off-roading constantly, riding through these roads is just, man, I could do this all day. You know what I mean? It just separates it perfectly for you. Plus we got the trees coming over creating some shade, which is much appreciated, as it is 77 degrees right now, so it's warming up for sure. But this is just such an awesome day of riding so far. these turns with the mountain edge. These aren't very steep right here. I don't know if you can see them, but especially with the soft gravel, they still give me the heebie-jeebies. Like, they really do, especially the soft gravel going downhill and everything. After that accident again, it just, I don't know. Like, I'm still willing to ride it, but it messes with my head for sure. Like, I'm almost trying to take it extra careful, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Letting it kind of control my riding, you know. I think it's good because I'm taking extra precautions, right? I'm not just beaming down this soft gravel. So, because again, you come to the end and there's a turn. Oh, you just got physics, right? Your bike, soft gravel, you're only going to be able to stop as much as you can stop. Section 5, I believe? Yes, Section 5, and maybe some Section 6, because last night when we were trying to get to the hotel, to Dalton, Georgia, we actually made it at a pretty good time. I think maybe right around 6 o'clock. So we still had some daylight, we were able to get something to eat, and it just worked out perfect actually, because a lot of that road to get there where we were was back roads. I mean, there was some off-road as well, but a lot of back roads. So we were able to bang out those miles, and we covered 75% of Section 4. I'm probably getting confused on sections now, but I'm pretty positive that's Section 4, which we got maybe about 25% of Section 4 left to do today. Then we'll get on Section 5. Section 5 is the one with the detour to Witt Road, which I want to do. I've done multiple times before. I've done it on my rally, whatchamacallit, the Triumph. But we did just have some good rain last night here, and it's moving through that way, so I don't know. And then a couple other guys are still at the hotel. They were running a little bit late, so we just got started. My buddy in front of me does not want to do Witt Road, so I don't want to do it by myself, especially if it's a little bit deeper. That's no go. Plus, I don't want wet feet again. I just finally dried out my boots from my mud spill, having to get sprayed down at the car wash, so I don't want wet boots again. So I might just skip that. But today we're going to finish this, then get into Section 5. More than likely finish Section 5, even though Section 5 gets looks a little more dicey, a little more technical, and then getting into the rest of the sections. Section 5, Section 6. Also, you know, you kind of get more off-road. You're getting into the Smoky Mountains and stuff like that. So those get a little bit more technical. So I don't know. Those might take a little bit longer, but we really don't have a plan for today as far as where we're stopping. Kind of riding. Our goal was to get on the road at 9. We got on the road like 9:15. Again, 3 other guys were lagging behind a little bit. They had to get some stuff ready. So we said, okay, just catch up. They're on a dual sport, so they'll probably catch up easily. The one guy we met up, he left the other day. One other guy left today, so we are down to 5 riders now. So anyways, let's see how today goes. At least we got some rain. It'll keep the dust down and maybe kind of give us a little technicality within the trail as far as puddles to dodge and stuff. That'll be, I'll prefer a little bit of slosh over the dust today. Maybe that'll be a nice little change up. Whew, you can see we are heading into the mountains, and I hope that rain is not waiting for us, because you can see it all up there. Oh boy, I hope that passes so we don't go into it, because obviously that's the way we're heading, into that rain. But the clouds were moving over that direction, so hopefully we're on the tail end of it and not in it, because that's definitely coming down in there. It was actually like red on the radar, so I don't want to get stuck in that. So hopefully we're on the tail end. So that might answer my question of if I'm going to be doing Witt Road or not. I don't want to go in there after a big storm and it's just, you know, piled up. Plus I'd be solo, since the other guy that was going to do it with me is back with the other guys. So definitely not going to do that solo. But look, you can just see it over the horizon there. Holy schmoly. This is going to be interesting. Here we go. Check that out. I love when you get up here and start riding along the stream. Just gorgeous. And so much of these back roads is, when you're up North Georgia, Tennessee, it's like this, with that stream just right along you. Absolutely just gorgeous. Like perfect riding, right?
It is starting to get pretty sloshy out here, and this is where that rain pretty much just finished. Oh, look at this nice little water crossing. All right. Nice. But yeah, it's I think that rain just passed through here, so it's a little sloshy. I've been having to ride with traction control completely off, and it still jumps in a little bit. That's with the Honda wheelie control, but that's nice. That's kind of like that safety measure, so I haven't had to turn that off yet. It hasn't been that bad, like slick mud, but sometimes, like even when you'll see it on the ground here, it almost looks compact, but it's pretty slick, and sometimes a little bit deeper than it looks. So again, traction control off has been the way to go. The other thing is, it was supposed to warm up today, but the deeper we get into the mountains and the further north we go, of course, the colder it gets. So started at 57, I believe it was, and now we're at 55. And I can just feel it getting colder. Like even in my helmet, I just see my breath coming through, but I gotta leave it cracked or my glasses fogged up. Then my visor fogs up, and then I can't see a darn thing, and that's no good. But I tell you what, I do like this ground, a little moist like this. Again, just on the tail end of that rain, no dust. I mean, last few days that dust was wicked, like super bad. So I'll take this over that all day long. You see that dog right on that ledge, just watching, just holding guard, watching the horses and cows down there. So we have just entered Ellijay, Georgia, if I'm saying that right. Ellijay. I like Ellijay. Gives it a little bit of a pop, you know. But this is a really cool town. If you stop here for lunch or whatever, just really cool small town once you get into the downtown area. So again, if you're coming into this route, a good little pit stop right here. And this is downtown Ellijay, so you can see there's plenty to do down here, plenty to see. Just one of those cool, old school, like downtown vibes. Again, just cool to support the small town. Ooh, okay. Just to support the small towns as we drive through. I think that was so cool about these BDRs is, again, you're kind of bringing more business to these small towns. But anyways, now we are back on the trails. We had a little bit of road to get here on the trail. Oof, getting rocky. But not too much road. And again, right back in it here. One of our guys on the KTM, he had to order a new sprocket. His is getting pretty worn out, and the next couple of days it would be very worn out, and he's getting one delivered up to Cherokee. So hopefully it makes it through this entire section and probably about 75% of the next section, which I think is section 7. And by just looking at the map, it looks pretty dicey. It's like constant turn, you know. So hopefully it makes it through. But you know, we'll be stopping in Tellico Plains tonight probably, and I know they got March Moto Madness going on this coming weekend, so I don't know, maybe there'll be some vendors or something. Okay, I'm going this way, so get him squared away. I don't know, just always by Hondas, right? Just kidding, not really. But anyways, back to the ride. Great trails again, and a lot of this is looking pretty familiar as well. I don't know if Georgia Traverse still, I think so. I really think that is. Ooh, look at this big divot here. Okie dokie. Don't want to catch a face plant into the windshield again. But it's nice. We had a nice slow pace going today. Just kind of 30 miles an hour here and there, you know. Ooh. My buddy in front of me, he's on his dual sport. He's cooking. So he's got the gusto going. Me personally, I'm enjoying the slower pace today, especially when you got the streamer next year, which we don't have right now. But when we do, pretty nice. So just nice slow paced. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the scene. That's cool. You can climb all the way up it. That's cool. You can climb up it and look down. I think I like the lower view better. Oh, snaps. It goes all the way down there, too. That's cool. Yes, it goes. It's constantly just steadily going down. Awesome. Whew. Just surrounded. Absolutely gorge. Whew. Oh, I guess it was just chunky right there. Maybe they're all just kind of coming down. But we are going up this mountain here. And obviously, we'll have to come down. Some of the edge of this here with the pine needles and a little mud type stuff. Them leaves, that stuff gets really slick right there. I could do without being that close to the edge of that cliff. Oh, these little ruts, tire ruts here, they kind of freak me out right now because they're so slippery. So you try to ride on top of one instead of through them. Next thing you know, you slide into it, and then, you know, what comes after that? Nothing good. Oh! Is it not passable at all? Oh! Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
He's one of the better ones that I've seen do this. This is about the third or fourth time I've seen this. It's slick right there. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go eye it out before I gun it like him. You guys made it across?
I had to take a guy on a motorcycle across the other day. He broke his ankle up the road here.
Okay.
And the old man, I put him in that and I drove across.
Oh, so it is passable right there.
Yeah, I mean, but just be careful.
Yeah, that mud.
Get out in the mud.
Yeah, yeah. Huh.
You can at least keep your foot on the one side if you need.
Yeah, it's nice and slow, but it's easily passable down there.
I mean, I wouldn't get crazy to go.
Yeah, no. All right, well, heck, we got to get across.
Now the whole thing is gone. I mean, this motorcycle will fall and you wouldn't even see it.
Wow.
It's been coming.
Yeah.
The bridge has been tore up for years.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for. We got about 4 more coming down too, so yeah, just heads up. Okay. In the middle. Should have went that way. Yeah. Yeah, I might be.
I wonder if I can try to just gun it forward. I don't know. Yeah. Let's pull it into this in the front. I think the back is fine. But if you grab up here on this bar. Okay. We'll just pull it right into here. Yeah, I'm gonna get over there, then I'll back myself up and be able to go straight up that. Yeah, but I just gotta get in the rut first. Ready? 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it is. Oh, did you make it up there? Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, just watch that. I don't want to fling mud on you. That ain't gonna work. Wow. All right, let me take my helmet off for this. That was not fun. We just had to get a BMW 1250 GSA over, an Africa Twin Adventure Sport, and then my Africa Twin. The two guys on the dual sports, they made it by perfectly fine. But it is rutted out, and then the roots underneath it are another challenge. So trust me and bypass the out bridge. That was definitely not fun. Now we still need to make it to Tellico. Hopefully they got some rooms and we can get one, because we're not going to make it. We might be 50% through section 6, so we still got a good bit of riding. And that definitely probably took half of our energy. Whew, that was tough. All right, so we made it out of that. Whew, that was tough. So if you're coming south, you'll come in here through this Ochui, whatever, the little power dam, I guess, and you'll come in that way. So that's where the out bridge is. If you're coming the opposite way, you'll see it that way. So
Just a heads up. Oh, this is nuts. You know what? I was down here last year, and if I'm not mistaken, the water was really high right here, and everyone was whitewater rafting down that. I'm pretty positive this is the same area. I really think it is. That's crazy seeing it so low. Wow. I've only seen it like really, really high. I guess that's whenever they released the dam or something. I don't know. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that is gorge. It is now 6:12. I think we'll probably be arriving in Tellico Plains probably around 8 o'clock would be my guess. 7:30-ish. So we might have a little bit of night riding today. But I'll tell you what, from our last section to here, we had one gas stop. Whew. So after, when you pass that gas stop on this section here, make sure you fuel up for sure. I guess depending what kind of bike you're on. Oh, look at all these trees that were down. Yeah, that's probably from that storm. You can see there's a bunch of them. Thank goodness they're cleared. So apparently my buddy in front of me on the BMW, he got a second wind. There's two things that'll make that guy ride fast. When he gets tired and he's ready to call it a day, and then when he gets hungry. When he's ready for lunch or dinner, he will ride fast to try to bang out some miles. Not me. I just kind of keep it good steady pace, nice comfortable pace, and just keep on rolling. Did I miss a turn? I think I missed a turn. So apparently the other guys in our group missed it as well. Had his little turn off. I would not have expected it to be this. But hey, I'll take it. And it wasn't just us that missed it. They missed it as well. So fair game, right? That's funny. I think we're all just cozy like, oh yeah, a nice straight shot just to ride down nice and cozy. But no, gonna get in here with the rocks and the turns. Whew. This is a long one, guys. This has been a long day. So it is official, we skipped the alternate route, which is the river crossing and also Whit Road. And I think we're making the right decision. It's 7:30 here, 7:25. I'm not sure how much. We should be getting fairly close. The alternate goes there, and then this is that. So again, I'm still banking on 8 o'clock. You see that? That's what you got to watch out for here. If you all saw that SUV booking around the corner, these people live here, so you know they get to booking. So in the middle of the lane and whatnot. So I'm telling you, just stay right. But anyways, we made the right decision, I believe, on passing that. I think we're all just a little bit tired. Could we do it? Of course. Would it be fun? Of course. But I'm also ready for a hotel, a shower, and a meal. You know what I mean? Getting a little hungry here. But if you've never done it, Whit Road, definitely do that cut through. It's an absolute blast. It's not like extremely hard by any means. Technical, I would call it, you know. I've done it multiple times.
Someone does usually always go down in it, but it is totally worth it. It's one of those for the books, for sure. So definitely do that alternate route on section 6. Right off on this river here, just gorgeous. Look how clear that is. We take a right, so it looks like it's going to throw us right onto the dirt here. It's a little brisk this morning. We got a pretty good start. I got to check this out. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Look how crystal clear that is. It's moving too. Yeah, it is. Bet that water is cold. 38 degrees today. 8:20. A couple of the other guys are still at breakfast. I just got a quick breakfast sandwich. That's all I needed. I didn't need a big meal today, this morning, since we ate so late last night. And look at this, right out of Tellico Plains. It's going to throw you right onto the trail. That's pretty nice. Wake you right up, huh? No time to think about it. Just get right at it. But this section today is, I think, one of the longest sections out of the whole route. I believe it's 160 point something miles. Ends in Maggie Valley. What is the temperature now? 47. And you definitely feel it, especially down here when you get into the mountains. You feel that cold air a whole lot more. I love just riding along the streams like this. I do. You know what would come in handy right now, though? I think a heated seat would be pretty nice. Not bad. I'd appreciate a heated seat. I really would. But I just love coasting, just 30 miles an hour here, just coasting along these streams. You don't want to bang past these. Okay, so that road's closed. That's definitely not where we're going. Was that a campsite? This is cool. We're really low to it too right here. That's awesome. Just coasting along the stream. Right out into that view. Perfect, huh? Look at his view after this right here though. Oh, Jiminy crickets. Take that in. Okay. Switch back. And it's like this road was just treated. Oh, mamma mia. It's like soft dirt right here. You can smell it. It's like super soft. Oof. Yo, check that out though. Wow. That is so gorge. Oop, I went on the wrong side of that. Oh, we got a tractor pushing the dirt here. Hopefully we can get by. Perfect. Oh, so he was just starting and stopping right there, so that might be the last of that fresh dirt work. Gosh, this view, woo! But the sideways there for him. This stuff is just too soft. You don't want to take those turns fast. It is so soft. All right, I'm glad that view's gone, so I stopped trying to look at it. Oh, no, it looks like he was working some dirt here, too. Oh, yeah, they got fresh gravel laid down here. No. Dang, it looks like this road goes all the way down there. Oh yeah, look, they got the truck laying the gravel too. Truck and a dude spreading it behind. Yeah, there's not much option here for us to, I guess they could let us squeeze by, but you know, they probably don't like us tearing up their roads.
mean, they can just pull right there and let us go. No, they're gonna be bozos. Well, catch you in a few. Tree work. I don't see, oh, there they are, okay. Let's see if these guys are a little more polite. That's good. So those jets were a lot nicer. I mean, they were trying to give us more space than we needed. I said, no, that's fine, it's fine. They kept on scooching. I said, hey, I don't need a whole side of the lane. I just need a little sliver, I'm fine. So, again, prime example right there, one after the other, right? Schmuck, and then politeness. So don't let a schmuck ruin your day. Did I just take the wrong turn? I think I was supposed to go down there. Yeah, I was. Oh. Let me whip this big boy around up here. Some of these turns are tough. You gotta zoom in a little bit more to really catch them. Down here. Down that little tiny road. Ooh. Okay. There we go. It's so hard to turn around on these little mountains sometimes. They're like, you know, angled up on the side, whatever, you know, and you're trying to back up, big 550-pound bike, you feel like you're gonna fall over. Pretty tough. And you miss somebody's turn, so you kind of want to almost even leave your map zoomed in more than I have here, so you never miss them, which is what I'm just gonna do. One more touch and I should be good. There we go. But like I said, I believe we're getting close to the end of this, and we'll probably take a break at the end of section 7. So far today, 135 miles, mine's saying. Well, so hold up, maybe we might have a little bit more actually. We'll see. We'll see what we have left once we get to another main road. Take a quick check, because again, I still want to hit that last or that other section and get to Maggie Valley. Ooh, little water crossing here. Okie dokie. Nice. Nice. Oh, you just plow through it. You just plowed through that. That was awesome. Oh, that was great. I tried to go slow. My boots are finally dried out. I don't want to get them wet again. But that was awesome. He just gunned it through, coming all up over his windshield. I love, you guys probably heard it in my other videos, I love a water crossing. I don't care how big, how long, how deep they are. I love me a good water crossing. Heck, even just like this little thing right here. I'll take that. That is fun. I do enjoy the long ones a lot too, but heck, any of them are a blast for sure. Downhill gravel, my least favorite. My absolute least favorite. Soft downhill gravel, super steep cliff on the right side. Yeah, I'm going slow. I'm going slow. Whew, that just messes with my head. Am I the only one, or is anyone here with me? Y'all with me about them cliff's edge, loose gravel, big heavy ADV bike? Holy moly, look at that view. Wow. That's nice. That's nice. That cliff edge is not nice. No, it is not. It's so nice now that we're in the mountain here. The temperature, you just feel it significantly drop. You got the shadows and everything. Like I'm just feeling it. Took off my underlayer, changed my gloves to my breathable ones. This thing is 62. We got a little switcheroony here. Okie dokie.
I mean, look at that. Look how high we were there. Look at that edge. Whew. It looks like we're going to be zigzagging all the way down there, huh? That mountain in the backdrop is huge, though. So we are getting to the top of this mountain here, and it has gotten incredibly windy. And you can see all the leaves moved around. You can see the tops of the trees. I mean, it is gusty up here. Definitely nice because it's cooled off a little bit, but whew, I mean, we are climbing. We're still climbing here. I don't know the elevation. Look at that. Gorgeous. I don't know what elevation we're at, but whew, this breeze has seriously kicked up here. Actually passed one other rider up here on a 300L. He's solo riding by himself, so probably local. Wasn't bagged up or anything. Probably just riding a little bit of local back road. Can you imagine having this as your local back road? Ah, jeez. So nice. Like, honey, I'll be late for dinner tonight. Where are you gonna be? I don't know. Somewhere up in the mountains. What does it say? 62 degrees right now. It feels a little brisker than 62, I'll tell you that much. That little cloud coverage. Oof. This is nice up here. It was getting a little hot down below. I actually had to open up more vents. But yeah, we are up top here. Now what is this? Do I go that way or that way? I think it's around. I think it's down here. Yeah, that was an interesting little place up there. Cool seeing a couple of the riders, but you could tell they're locals. Just in jeans and regular boots. No bags, just out for a ride. What is today? Wednesday or Tuesday? I think it's Wednesday. Just out for a little cruise in the mountains. It's got to be nice. So our route is closed right there. They got that bridge closed, or that road, but I think we can go up the other side and then get back on it. So I don't know if there's just a bridge right there or what. Not too sure. We'll have to see. I think we can get up it over here and see what we can get to. We just got to shoot up the side of this hill. So there's that, but I think if we keep going down there, I wonder if we can get off the trail right there. Cherokee Indian Reservation. I'm not sure. Let me go into neutral. I'm gonna go check this out first before I do something stupid. I mean, that's pretty darn steep. Oh, yeah, it's soft too. Okay, so the road's not closed. Why's that person stopping? I think everyone's finding out the road's closed up there. This is pretty steep, and it's pretty darn soft. So we decided to not do that hill climb there. It seemed way too sketchy, mainly because it was so soft. So if I turned off all of my aids on both of our Africa Twins here, our rear tires would have just dug in. Next thing you know, then it's spinning. Next thing you know, then we're falling over on the hill, and next thing you know, we're exhausted and beat, you know? So we're gonna try this little route out here. Looks like a nice little detour. The only thing that's questioning me on the map, it doesn't show an exit at the end of it, but there's got to be if there's a road like, okay, well, look at that. It goes to a main road. Perfect. Done. All right. Well, that was easy enough. Then we'll go this way, and we should be back in business. And we'll just have to go up and loop around. Little detour. Might add a little bit of time, but hey, I'll take it if the roads are going to be like this, right? Yes, I will. All right, so here we are. This is going to be the exact start of Section 8. As you can see, welcome to Maggie Valley. Stopped here to get some fuel. We're taking a quick little break, grab a snack or something. And we'll go on and bang out this section as well and see how we do. I mean, heck, it's only 3:30. This section's fairly short and easy. We might do some of the next section. I don't know. We'll see how time does. But right now we'll grab a snack and then I'll check back in later. So I think I'm finding out why this Section 8 is only 70 miles. It's quite, I don't want to say technical, but oh, that ground's starting to wash away there. It's not hard, I mean, I'd say that, but it reminds me again a lot of Georgia, where it's really rocky. And once you get past that first little tiny leg of road, I mean, I've been on trail this entire time. I haven't even checked my mileage. Let me see, 50. Yeah, so I probably got about at least another 20 miles. And once I got off the road back there, I mean, it's been constant trail, and some of it's been pretty, again, I don't want to say hard, but stuff you got to pick your lines, you know what I mean? You got washouts, you got mud puddles, you got big rocks. So I say it's more technical and consistent, right? So really fun, really, really fun. One of the better sections yet, believe it or not. Like, I was thinking, meh, Section 8, knock it out, right? We just finished the longest section. What is this little tiny section gonna do to us, right? Well, lo and behold, it's a little bit of a handful. A fun section for sure. But again, not just something you can just plan to crank out. So if it's pretty late, like if you're in Maggie Valley and it's pretty late, just hunker down in Maggie Valley. Don't try to push it just because it looks like a shorter section. Ooh, let me see, which way do I go? I think I go straight. Yeah. Okay, so we are at 60 miles on Section 8. And holy smokes, let me tell you what. Whew, this section's a handful. And again, it's all just about off-road. I would say maybe the first 5 miles are the road and everything else is off-road, and some of it is pretty darn spicy. So it's understandable why it's now only 70 miles. You know, it's a fun section for sure, but we were going to try to push half of the next section, which we're definitely not going to do. We're going to go ahead and call it at the end of this, and cutting out to Hot Springs, North Carolina, which ends at the route, and then you got to go to the right a little bit. I'm not sure how much, but rather than pushing it harder than we really want, I think this is a smart move. But whew, I just want to let you know again, Section 8, it's a handful. It's a fun one. It's a very, very fun one. But don't think it's all. It's just one you're going to bang out in half the time you've been doing all the rest of them. You know what I mean? It's going to take you probably the same amount of time that it took you to do the one before it. But it is a lot of fun. All right, so here we are in Hot Springs, North Carolina. I've never been here. Honestly, never even heard of it. And it looks pretty small. Got to find a hotel now. Hopefully I can get some service. It says full bars, LTE, but I can't even pull up a map. So we'll get into town and see what we can find. Look, a tiny little town, and they got a massive limousine Jeep. You can do some off-roading on that. Section 9, 8 a.m., 44 degrees. Just leaving Hot Springs. Funny story I got to share with you about that, by the way. But if you do stop in Hot Springs, which is, again, that little detour off there, make sure to eat at the Smoky Mountain Diner. Oh my goodness, it is so good. So good. Definitely worth stopping, but they close at 7. And a lot of stuff in whatchamacallit, Hot Springs is still under repair from the flood. Like all of the lodging and stuff. Every single one I called and checked, they were all under repair. But so we started asking around town. I went into place, hey, you guys know anywhere to stay around here? And if we couldn't find anything, we were gonna have to go knock out some Section 10 to like Ewing, whatever. Is it Tennessee or North Carolina? One of those two. But we really didn't want to. That would have made us probably ride till 8 at night, which I didn't want to do again. So anyways, we're walking down the street and just asked a random guy on the sidewalk if he knows anywhere to stay. He goes, we can stay at my place. First thing went up was a red flag. I'm like, okay, that's a little weird, right? I don't think so. And I said, well, what do you mean, your place? He goes, oh no, well, I got a single wide trailer that I converted into a cabin. I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's a yellow flag. I'm just kind of looking at him like, what do you mean? He goes, well, why don't you just come down here and you can look at it, you know? So I'm kind of on edge, just kind of, you know, on my toes a bit. But anyways, we went there, checked it out. He has a little, like, camper. He lives in it, or he's remodeling in the back. Currently, he lives in a camper in the front, because, again, this whole town is repairing from the storm. So the whole place is kind of in a little bit of disarray. But anyways, his little single wide that he converted into a cabin is the coolest thing ever. I didn't take any pictures or anything. I should have asked him, like, is it okay if we share your information, which I didn't even get his contact information. But it's not on, like, any booking sites or anything like that. I wanted to ask him, but I totally forgot, and we were gone before he was out there. But anyways, it was so cool. We said, okay, yeah, man, we'll take it. How much you want? He goes, well, how much are you willing to pay? We're like, well, we're pretty tired, man. So he goes, how about $25 each? We're like, how about I give you $40 each? You know what I mean? Like, it was like, holy smokes. I mean, this thing had a shower in each thing. It was like two rooms in each one. Each had a little kitchenette, bathroom, its own bed, doors in between them. I mean, it was stinking nice. Maybe one of the nicest places we stayed on this entire route. Like, this guy could be making a killing off this. But it sounds like just talking to him a bit, he says he used to flip properties. He goes to Florida in the winter. He sounds like he's kind of retired and he doesn't really want to mess with, like, the business side of things. He says he does rent them out in the summertime to some raft guides, a raft guide and then someone else, teacher or something like that. So he's got like 2 consistent renters that rent them out for half the year, I guess. And I guess he just doesn't want to deal with anything else, which is totally understandable, right? That's the whole goal of life, right? Get to that point where you just, you know, living your life finally, you know? You don't got to worry about the grind. So I can appreciate that. But we lucked out for sure. We definitely lucked out. It ended up being absolutely perfect. Great meal, great sleep. And look, back on the great roads again. So I call that a complete win. And I think that's what makes an adventure. That's really, those are the things you remember, right? Not, okay, hey, I got this pinpoint. I'm going to stay at this Holiday Inn. You know what I mean? I think the adventure, again, the ride, the trails and everything, and then the sticky situations, whether it be on the trail, right? Or oh, I can't find a place. What am I going to find? You know what I mean? I don't know. I really like that stuff. I like the unknown and kind of figuring out how it's going to happen. That's me personally. But anyways, on the road here. Oh, welcome to Tennessee. So we're cutting into Tennessee. We'll probably cut back into, I think it's North Carolina here not too shortly. So, but it's a brisk one. Now it's dropping to 42. It is cold. And look at that. Right on off-road, actually. Just turned that bend, went across a bridge, and we're already on the dirt, or the gravel here. And I actually talked to some guys in the Southeast BDR group last night, the Facebook group, and they said this section is mainly road, and we do go to a section that's actually closed at the end, so we got to do a little tiny detour. But hey, this will wake you up right away, right? Just throwing you right onto the dirt. I'll take it. Now, this is a cool little road we've been on here. It's just a single lane road, and it's just flowing along with the stream on the side, going across these little bridges and everything, crossing over it, and then going on the other side. And we've been on it for a good little while here, and it's pretty cool. Again, it's just a little single lane road, so making sure no one's zipping around the corner here. I mean, just check it out, like you're right next to it. It's so gorgeous and cold. My heated grips do good, but mainly for my palm, not really my fingertips. So I'm gonna ride like this, with my fingertips pinching my grips. Honda needs to have a heated seat on the Africa Twin. That's something they need. But I got all my layers on today, and thank goodness I did. It is a brisk one. It's seriously like something you see out of the movies, just rolling hills with the barn up top, and then you're on this old little tiny country back road with a barbed wire fence to your side. This is so cool. I wish I was recording the road we just came off too. I mean, it was twisty. It was really cool. I almost missed this turn because again, you're going through the twisties and bam, there's this dirt road going up the hill, and I'm like, wait, is that our way or is that someone's driveway? But look at that. Like, holy smokes. That is so cool. That's why you ride motorcycles right there. You're not going to see this in a car, right? You're like, oh, let me get to exit 15 as quick as I can. This is why you ride motorcycles. Adventure motorcycles, right? This is just phenomenal. Imagine living right there. That's cool. I mean, just look at that. It's not mountains, it's just these rolling hills. Again, something like out of the movies. So cool. Dang, look at this. I think this was all washed out from the hurricane. Holy macaroni. Shoot, did it, like, was all of that regular land? And then it filled up over it or something? I'm not too sure. Like, was water always going through that, or did water just overfill it? Wow. That's crazy. Whew. Finally a gas station. Didn't see one in a while. I still got 92 miles left, 2 notches. So we're climbing up this mountain on section 9. And oh my goodness, it is getting cold. It's dropping down to, well, there we go. We just hit 40 on the money here. Whew. I am feeling it. And it was kind of weird because, again, we were on the twisties and whoop, it just cut right off to off-road. You notice that a lot on section 9. Like, you're just cruising along the road, enjoying your twisties, and off to the left, it's veer off where you should be going out to the off-road. And I think that's the second or third time I missed it so far today. So I guess just keep an eye out. The pins for them, for the off-road section, are just slightly off. They're just a little bit behind them, so they're not right where you split. So they're easy to miss. Would you just look at this road here? My goodness. It's like one after another. Just perfect roads on section 9. I was talking to a guy on Facebook again about that on that SEBDR group. And that's what he was saying, that this was probably in his top 2, his second favorite section. And I think I'd agree. I mean, I haven't done section 10 yet, but this section's just great. The off-road is kind of like a mixture. And then the road is like, gosh, it's amazing. This is definitely going in my top pick as well. So good. It looks like a mixture of on-road and off-road of a total of 148 we're just gonna say 150 miles. Again, of a kind of mixture. We just started it here, and it looks like we got our first turn coming up around this bend. We'll see how the Southeast BDR closes out. I think I found out where all these Christmas trees come from. Everywhere up here there's a Christmas tree farm. I mean, look at them all. They're everywhere up here too, not just this one. Like, look at them. Oh, that's a big one there. Oh, these are, I don't like this. And the gravel in these turns, that's dangerous. We just got to the bottom of this mountain here, and you can see all these trees, again from the flooding
where it all just flows down and gathers up. Like, look at that. Sheesh kebab. I mean, that must have been something. Phew. I mean, it's probably way over all of that, right? You see all those trees bundled up down there? You can even see people's belongings tucked up into the trees and stuff. Dang, that's nuts. It's kind of weird how the news doesn't cover it anymore. You don't hear about any of this, but it's still like, look at, wow. Like, why aren't they talking about it anymore, you know? All you hear about is Elon Musk. Look at that, they got a dang ski resort there. Like a legit ski resort. How many don't look like many slopes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6, but it still looks decent. And it's already definitely thawing out, but you can see there's still some on there. Yeah, there's people actually riding it. Holy smokes. I mean, obviously they're probably doing fake snow and it's obviously melting, but people are still riding it up there. Oh, that's super cool. I miss snowboarding. I used to snowboard a good bit when we were up in Jersey and then in Japan. Man, might have to come up here and ride some. Oh, look, is that the other side of the ski resort? Or is that a different one? Or is that the same one? I don't know, because when I was looking on my phone, there's actually two. That Snowbird or whatever it was called. And then Beach Mountain. But we're circling around here, so I think, it's so cool. I'd love to go ride. Just bunk up tonight. Call this my stopping point and go ride the mountain. That would be pretty fun, actually. And we're actually ahead of schedule, so I do have time. I don't know. Maybe when I stop, I'll look at it on my phone and see if they have snowboard rentals. I need like pants and stuff too, though. I guess I can wear my motorcycle gear. Looks super filthy up there. But I need board and boots. Huh. I don't know. It's an interesting thought, though. Okay, so they got this little detour. Oh, wow. I guess that bridge went out during the storm. You can see it just like lifted up or something and shifted. Wow, that's crazy. Whew. This storm really did something, huh? This looks like it was washed out, like holy moly. You can see this whole road was. I'll stay on this side. This whole road must have been washed out right there. I'm really curious on how high all this. Ooh, that's a lot of. Oh, that dust is getting in my face. Really curious on how high all this water got. Oh, you can see I almost lifted that house away. But I'm gonna have to watch some videos on this and see. Now that I've seen it in person, you know, obviously the little bit that was shown on TV didn't do it justice by any means. You're like, yeah, hurricane in Tennessee and North Carolina? Really? You know? I mean, I was through Katrina. So, I mean, I know what the hurricanes are like, you know? You just wouldn't have expected that up here. And I guess with all the trees they have, right? And then the winds, it's just that combination, right? And then, of course, with the mountains and the rain and the dams, and that combination of all of that is just a, you know, just a recipe. And I guess they just got it like the worst that it could be, you know what I mean? It really stinks. But like I said, I was down south when Katrina was there too, so, and it took everything and flattened, so I understand the process and all that. And I'll tell you what, it seems like they're doing pretty darn good up here as far as getting things open and roads and all that stuff. It's pretty cool to see their progress. But it's crazy to see
again, the amount of damage it did, just, again, weird seeing or hearing about a hurricane up north. So we've been going through some, I'm not even sure if I'm in Virginia yet, honestly. I think still Tennessee, because some of the cars of the houses that I just passed had Tennessee plates. So I'm guessing Tennessee still. I mean, I know the route ends right on the line of Virginia, Damascus, wherever the heck that is. But getting on this dirt road here was pretty confusing. It came down the road and I thought it just like it went to the right, and I was like, okay. So I went up it. Next thing you know, there's a horse trying to come to me. Really cool, right on the fence. But then it went right up to someone's house. I'm like, okay, this isn't right. Then I go down the other way, it's not there. I'm like, what the heck? It is showing right here. Like, why isn't this working? You know what I mean? But lo and behold, it was seriously 3 feet down the road. And then you take a right onto the trail again. So, you know, maybe I should have been zoomed in a little bit more. I zoom in pretty good on my maps. It's not right now because I had to back out to try to find where I was. But again, maybe I should have just been zoomed in quite a bit more. Got another down tree here. Hopefully I can get under this one here. Should be pretty easy. Yeah, that's no biggie. Oh my goodness, this is cool. I gotta get a picture with this. Hold up. That's too cool. Let me get a picture right there. That's too good. Got to. Look at that. Wow. Backbone Rock Tunnel. That is cool. Thumbnail worthy? I don't know. Look at the stream coming down here too. Oh, that's so cool. My mask is fogging up though. Let's get it on 16.9. 16 by 9 there. Oh, geez, I can't even get the whole thing. Guess it's not going to be thumbnail worthy. So that was super cool. Now I'm curious if... No, license plates are still saying Tennessee. I ain't gonna lie, I am getting tired here. I'm not worn out. I mean, I can still go, but... Oh, yeah. This is the end. It's gonna be this road here. Going up. Which is probably just this road. And it will end in Damascus. So it looks like it's right on the line of Tennessee and Virginia. Hopefully you got a nice cozy hotel there and a nice place to eat. Kind of stinks, like you're bummed out that it's ending, like, it's done, right? But then again, you're glad. It's like, okay, I'm kind of worn out, I'm kind of beat, you know what I mean? Glad to get back to the family. But then again, it's like, man, it was so fun. It was such an awesome adventure. You want it to keep on going, which it does. It goes all the way up to Canada or something like that, so that's cool. Maybe in the future I ought to come back just up to Damascus via highway or something, and then go up into the Canada section or something, or do it to where it stops in Canada. I'm not too sure. That would be really cool. But I'll tell you what, I'm spent today. This section 10 is a long one for sure. And tomorrow, when we get up, I don't know if we're gonna leave at 8 or 9 or whatever, but when we head back south, we're actually gonna take some back roads and ride the tail of the dragon yet again, and then some of those back Tennessee roads, regular street, and then probably jump on whatever it is, 75 or 85, whatever, back home. But we're definitely gonna hit the tail of the dragon and some of those back roads as well. I love doing it on, even though I've done it so many times, I just got to do it on every other bike, you know, every bike that I have, just get my little sticker and plop it on there, you know. So good way to close out the trip, right? I'll tell you what, I would say this is probably the best time I've ever done it because it was so empty. I think I only passed, like, what was it, 2 other motorcycles? And then as far as in my lane, there were only 2 other cars in front of me. One of them let me by eventually, and then that van let me by eventually as well. So I pretty much had open road, which was really nice. I mean, it was a really good ride. I'm glad we hit that for sure. And then, of course, these back roads that we get to take to get to the highway are an absolute blast as well, right? Like, why just jump on a highway and bang out the whole way back from Virginia? If you're heading south, whether it be Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, anything like that, make sure to cut off, do the tail of the dragon, ride these back roads. You just have a better time than making it feel like a job and a hustle, right? To hustle them miles back to get home. I think you'll really enjoy this, and I'm glad we did. It's really fun. But anyway, so I'm going to shut off the camera, enjoy these back roads here, last bit of my mountains, and I'll check in with you once I get close to home.